Last time on the Alpha Male Universe.
I don't know. It was very weird. After the second round, I was saying to my coach, I don't know why I feel weird. I didn't feel tired, but I couldn't punch. It was really strange. Yeah. I don't know what it is. But he beat me fair and square, and I'm not here to make excuses for losing.
12 seconds later.
I wasn't myself. I mean, obviously, I can fight 1,000 times better than that. Obviously, I was in shape. Really weird experience. So I guess I have to get back in there to find out, or I need...
You serious?
Welcome back to the Alpha Male Universe. Now, Bubba Army, be sure to report for duty and smash that like button because we have another AMU episode coming in hot. Now, the whole Chase Damore Andrew Tate situation, quite frankly, has been talked about way too much here on YouTube. We all know that Andrew Tate got absolutely mollywopped by a TikToker. Enough is enough. We've talked so much about it, okay? It's like a pair of stinky BBL cheeks that have been pounded way too many times down there in Miami. So we're moving on from that. What we're actually talking about is this whole like podcast crash out that Andrew Tate did with Steiny, where he can't really rationalize that he's fallen off. He's taken like more backlash still from this whole Miami fiasco. It's quite interesting and it's going to make for a very entertaining AMU episode. So guys, let's get this show on the road.
All right, guys, we are here. I said it when he walked in. Top Jew.
You're Jewish?
You knew this. That's why you're here. Damage control.
No. No.
Is that not why you're here for damage control?
No.
There's no other reason you'd agree to do this.
No. Steiny, you and I are old friends. If you think I'm here for damage control, I'm going to walk out here right now.
No, I know you're not here for that. I know.
I have no damage control to try and partake in. Firstly, because that's not how I operate. Secondly, I didn't put on the song.
Right.
And if the world's upset that I said I didn't put it on, well, that's their problem.
Okay.
I'm happy being the bad guy. I've been the bad guy my whole life. I don't give a people like me, dislike me. I don't care who turns on me. None of that matters. I've always been the bad guy. But I'm not here for damage control. Okay. I've explained the scenario over and over again. Would you like me to start again?
Well, let's make one thing clear. We're both kind of like the villain roles. I'm kind of the bad guy too. Do you not think so?
Why are you the bad guy?
Do I not give off that villain, like stay away from this guy, like intimidation at all? Seriously. I'm more of a villain than a hero, right?
100% Steiny.
Okay. So,
I hate to share any sentiment with Andrew Tate, but I have to agree that this Steiny guy is an absolute joke. I have no idea really why he's so hated here on YouTube. I don't know too much about the guy, so maybe you can educate me down below in the comment section. But what is up with his body language? Why is he sitting in the chair like that? Why is he like afraid to talk to Andrew Tate? I will admit, the opening joke is hilarious. That shit completely rocked Andrew Tate's ego. He got extremely upset because a lot of people really have been saying that he's been going on this like massive apology tour since ever like this controversy happened with Sneeko. You're gonna find out also more about that drama because he's gonna complain and whine about Sneeko later in this podcast. But way to set the tone, bro is having a meltdown over the most like innocent joke ever. So let's move on with the rest of the podcast.
but you were
your money?
Yeah, exactly. But you guys were so respectful to me every single time I'd met you. Whether it was in Croatia, Dubai, back here in America. So when I saw that clip, you guys did look out of place. But with that being said, you still all did agree to group together and do the stream. So that was obviously a possibility that something could go wrong.
I don't think so. I actually think the lesson here for me, because I'm a full-grown man, I'm always trying to draw lessons from it. My lesson here is not anything to do with internet or what they think or comments or people's opinions of me. My lesson doesn't come from the song. My lesson doesn't come from the backlash, none of those things. My lesson here is to stick to my morals about avoiding people. Mm-hmm. There's a particular person in that group who everyone's saying I sold out. His name is Sneaky, and he's a piece of shit, and he deliberately did something to get clicks for his views, not understanding it's going to put me in jail. And why should I hang around with people who will put me in jail for their clicks? Would you hang around with someone who would do something which is going to put you in a cell so they can get views on the internet?
No, honestly, I thought you might be doing something to me when you were pulling up here, but now I know you're in here, I feel okay.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, that's just a piece of move.
Well, you guys have been...
But that doesn't make... that kind of person is not your friend. You don't owe them any kind of loyalty at all.
Right.
They're a bad person, and karma will deal with him. And I should have known better. When Clav and Nick said, we want to bring Sneeko, I said 5 times, I don't like him, he's weird.
Does anyone legitimately believe in their heart of hearts that Andrew Tate's actions are not motivated by how the public gives him feedback? He wouldn't be so upset by Steiny's original joke in the beginning if he didn't care about what people thought about him. So that is just total bullshit in my eyes. In my opinion, I think that's total bullshit. I think he does read probably a ton of hate comments about him. I mean, you have to understand this is probably the most hated alfalfa male in the entire world. I'm not going to take that away from him. He definitely got infamous on a global scale, but I really think that the criticism gets to him and he puts on this act that he's this macho man. It's a very common trope to happen here in the AMU, but I don't buy for one second that he doesn't care what people said about him with the backlash of the Miami club incident. But you know what? It's kind of weird though, because he says that, oh, I'm a grown-ass man, I'm gonna take accountability for what I did, but then did you notice he also shifted a ton of blame on Sneeko? Just like the same type of strategy he did when he got mollywopped by Chase Demore.
Ivan Nick said, we want to bring Sneeko. I said 5 times, I don't like him, he's weird. And I was proved right. So the lesson here is to stick to my morals and avoid pieces of he's going to have to live the rest of his life insignificant.
Is he the only person to blame in the situation?
I don't know if it's about blame. I don't know about blame. I'm saying that I wanted to avoid that particular person. He was the one who put on the song. He's been the one kicking up a fuss ever since. He's the one who keeps, making these clips. This whole subject to me is boring.
Yeah.
It's been 12 days. Like, who gives a f?
Right.
But yeah, the lesson here for me is avoid piece of people. And he can continue to make his streams and insult me and say what he wants to say. And I'll continue to do big, important things in big business and be one of the most well-known people on the planet.
Yeah.
And our paths will go different ways. And I'll matter and he won't. And he can sit there in his little New York apartment.
This guy is totally coping and seething. Like, he is mad pressed over Sneeko constantly trolling him here on YouTube. If you look over on Sneeko's YouTube channel, he is constantly calling himself Top G. Not that I support Sneeko at all, but I find it hilarious that this trolling that he does absolutely rattles Andrew Tate. For someone who is globally known, he's incredibly soft when people talk shit about him. And he wants to also insist that he is not passing blame onto someone else. Well, what is up with this guy saying that he is a good judge of character by insisting, Sneeko's a bad guy? Yeah, but you were hanging out with Nick Fuentes, who is a known political grifter, and Clavicular, who is a straight up bitch. Like, there's just no other way to put it. And that guy recently got arrested in Arizona for begging for substances on the streets of Scottsdale and showing off him using an illegal fake ID to get into the club. Yeah, great judge of character there. Great judge of character there, Andrew. So, you know what? Let's continue on with the podcast. This is just getting more entertaining.
On that topic is you're included in the ban from every club and restaurant in Miami?
No idea.
You don't know?
I don't know.
If you are, is that a problem for you?
Firstly, I don't think I am, because I think they said that because they don't want streams like that taking place anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think they know that if a lot of those people go into those establishments, they're going to be streaming and causing problems, etc. If me and my brother, without any of them, turn up to a restaurant or a club, I'm sure it's going to be 100% fine.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, the Tates, they're good. Are they with the clowns? No. Okay, they're good.
My biggest thing about them, when I saw the clip of them playing the song in the club, is that you understand that 75% of the money being spent probably is by Goldberg and Finkelstein.
I don't know.
Okay, well, it's probably.
Well, I didn't know that. None of that crossed my mind. When the song came on, I was just like, yeah, whatever.
I think we can agree when the song came on, the 42 bottles weren't ordered at that moment because all the Jews stopped turning up. You can't turn up to Hail Jewish, right? We can agree on that.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know the everyone's saying Jews run Miami, bro.
There's just a lot of them.
Bro, I've been in jail.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just a guy.
Right.
You know what? I'm just a guy.
This is hilarious to see the Andrew Tate character break down in real time when he just gets absolutely flustered. He's like, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. What does that even mean? And also, I gotta point this out, and I know it's gonna sound weird as hell, but has anyone ever thought that Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate's brother, is like the biggest, nastiest meat writer of all time? I understand they're brothers, and that's probably gonna be like, whoa, what are you talking about? Okay, but I just get the vibe that Tristan Tate, if he didn't have his brother, he would be a literal nobody. Like, no one would know him without his brother. So in a way, he's like the biggest meat writer of all time. Like, all of his quote unquote success comes from his brother, who he has constantly been a cheerleader for. I don't know. That is just so weird. I know some people are gonna be like, that shit, you saying brothers meat riding each other? Just bear with me, okay? I just like to say things for how they are. So let's proceed with the rest of the video.
And if anyone thinks it's bad that I told the world the person who played the song, well, then they don't understand the world. That's it. And I'm really concerned now, Steiny, because we are talking about this incident, and we started this podcast with you saying I'm doing an apology tour, which is not what I'm doing. Every time I'm in America, I do a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
No, I know.
So, unfortunately, every podcast I've done has mentioned, and it's gay.
But let me just ask, why was the decision to go to the nightclub?
Because Nick Fuentes had never been to a nightclub before.
So that was the decision. Is like,
that's the only reason I went. Otherwise, if they said, we go to the club all the time, it's not, there's no way I'm going to a club.
There's a clip of you saying, I want to myself. When someone said, I think they were like, yo, how you doing?
Yeah.
I think,
I want to, yeah.
Like, none of you guys wanted to be there.
No, clubs suck.
And there were no girls with you, which was surprising. Is that not top G of you? I mean, I don't know.
All my girls are home. Top G has his girls at home. Top G's girls are in the club.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I was
girls
so
are at
confused.
home.
Okay. The other reason I thought you might have been in Miami was I thought you were going to be in attendance. I just have to get your opinion. I really wanted to see you front row at Jason Love versus Adam 22, and I didn't see you there. What is your overall interpretation? Where are we at with the internet and life these days when you have Adam 22 fighting Jason Love with Lena as the ring?
I can't get over how like rattled Andrew Tate is from that opening joke. Like, it's been 10 minutes in the podcast. I've just like sped through some of the more boring parts, but it's been 10 minutes and he still thinks about that. Oh my gosh. And I'm not even going to talk about Lena the plug. That shit's nasty, bro. Like that shit's gross. I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to talk about Adam 22 watching his wife. Yeah, that's nasty. Moving on.
Not because they know it's true, it's just because they don't like me.
Right.
And also, I will think, I spend a lot of time self-analyzing and analyzing my brand and analyzing my positioning, and because I analyze business and I analyze the world. That's why people listen to me. And I think that one of the things that's also happened when it comes to me and my brand and my image is that people are so used to seeing me suffer. They're so used to me being thrown in jail, locked in my house, constant suffering, terrible life, all these bad things happening to me. Now that they're over and I'm winning and I'm on yachts and private jets and driving fast cars and going to LA, going to Vegas, going to Miami, living in Dubai, $50 million penthouse, there's a lot of, not envy, but there's certainly some people who sit there who have watched my journey from the beginning. They're in the same shit apartment. They still have no money and they're angry.
Yes, of course.
They're angry. And
this is another common tactic we see in the AMU where these alfalfa males will lash out against their critics and they will claim that because they have more money than their critic, that they're just upset with life and that they are bitter and that they can't get over that they are massively more successful than their critic. Now, I will say that I think it's once again cope. I think that this is like really the only thing that they can fall back on. Because is Andrew Tate wealthy? I'm pretty sure he's wealthy, right? But there's more to a man than his money. And when these people start understanding that, then I guess a lot of their problems will start ending, but it will never stop. It's never over, okay? But man, these guys are clowns. I had a great time making this video. I'm gonna go take out my wife to a date. I'm gonna enjoy my time, and hopefully you enjoyed this AMU episode. Be sure to hit that like button if you've made it to this part of the video, and I'll see you in a future one. Later.